Hello there, welcome to my channel again. If you've been following me, you will know that I do a lot of product designs and there are a lot of other type of designs, logo designs and then logo animation. But in this video, I'm going to show you how I created this label design that I've already linked to my Blender program from Photoshop. I created a label in Photoshop, as you can see already, and then I linked it. For you to know how I linked it, you need to go and watch this video, or I'll drop it in the description how I linked the Photoshop and the Blender together. Okay, so that every time I'm designing in Photoshop, I just need to press Ctrl S, save it, and then go to the Blender and refresh it. Okay, mostly in the UV panel with Alt R. I will refresh it and then it takes effect. So that's what I did. But in today's video, I'm just going to show you how I designed the label. Okay, if you have not also watched this video, the seamless workflow between Illustrator, Photoshop and Blender is also good. You watch it. Like I said before, I'll leave a link in the description. Alright, so let's go into the video proper. Now that I'm done with the linking and I'm sure of everything I have put together, I'm just going to proceed to designing in Photoshop. Let's dive right in. So first of all, I had already taken my time to pull out a lot of information that is needed for this design, and I've actually done the first part of it, which is the name of the soap. I've created it. So right now what I want to do is adding to it. Okay, the name of the soap is Top Soap, so I'm just adding other design features. You can always do this, on your own. I have this program called PureRef. It has icons, a lot of icons. You can check it out and see if you can also get it. Okay, if you also need it, you can just comment and I will probably help you drop a link or whatever. Just add it to the video. So this bottle is 500 milliliter. All the details has been given to me by the client, and then I'm just creating this design like so. Okay, I'm duplicating and Shift X will turn that into outline. So I'm working in Illustrator, doing all the designs, all the graphics and all that, and then I am bringing it into Photoshop. Okay, like you can see here, I'm working on this part and I drag straight to Photoshop. When I get to Photoshop, all I need to do to get back to Illustrator is to edit content. I already set a shortcut to that, so you might not even see me going to the menu to go and select it. It's just for a very fast workflow. I create the shortcuts and go ahead and use them. So here I'm just adding the drop shadow and I'm putting a background of white because our original background there is green. Okay, so I'm adjusting it as you see, and then okay, the next step is just add a little shadow to that drop there, adjust it like so. Now next up, I'm going to add the company's logo, clean and green. Just change the colors so that it can match with the background over there. I'll change the green to yellow and then add it like so. Alright, so next up I'm going to add some other features of the product. Okay, I've typed it out, so I'm just copying and pasting over here. So I just format it and then add some bullets to make it look okay because it's a feature of the product. Arrange it. Change the color and then drag into Photoshop. So this is it in Photoshop. I'm just going to rename it. Staying organized is very, very important. You might want to come back to this and maybe do some corrections. So it's good you stay organized. So I just duplicated the product label, the product name, Top Soap Liquid Wash, and I want to add it at the other section. Okay, I kind of made these 3 sections. Okay, the first, second, and third section, if you look closely. So this is like the 3rd section. So I'm adding the logo and then the other informations that are supposed to come in, which is the ingredients manufactured by, all those details. So I'm adding them and then editing them like so. I don't always spend time in this formatting here, because once I drag it into Photoshop and start doing the adjustment, I can gauge from how it is to how I want it. Okay, like you see right now, I'm doing a lot of adjustment to it. I want this to be bold, so I save that bold this thing so I can apply it, the character effect. Maybe I will teach on this later in a separate video, how you can add a character style and then you can just be using it to affect other parts. It makes your work very, very fast, especially if you work with brochures. Very, very fast. Okay, so here I'm editing content. I'm just going to look for where it is. Yeah, that's it. So I drag it into that midpoint, and just for clarity's sake, I'm working at this darker background. Now I'm spreading it because I want it to be very visible. And you can see it's already taking shape here. So that's exactly what I want. And that's why I'm doing it and updating it. As I'm updating it right now in Illustrator, it's updating in Photoshop. What I mean by updating is save and then you see it. I reduce the opacity so that it cannot be too white, and then the edges, rounded up the edges. Okay, so if I'm okay with that, I just group those sections and rename it, or everything that concerns that section, rename it to the 3rd section, and that way I know which one is which. Rename everything, that's the 2nd section. So now it's time for me to create the 1st section. Okay, here in Blender is not updated. I just need to press Alt R in the UV editing panel. That's where you update it, and so you can see it. I'm adjusting it because I'm looking at it from the product view. This is very, very okay if you are, you know the product's size, height, and everything. So it's good you just come here, look at it, how it's going to look like. Something is cutting off there, but I know I'll adjust it in Photoshop and then it will align. Okay, I've done a little adjustment already, so you can see it. So it remains the other section. Now I'm going to copy out all the details of the things that will be in the 1st section. Just like all those icons that you see on product that says a lot about the product being approved and all that. If you live in Nigeria, you know about the NAFDAC number and all that. So those things are just what I'm throwing in. The client hasn't given me this information, but it's necessary that I just get them ready and then throw it in. Okay, so here I've already pasted and I'm masking it out. Get more of those. The eco-friendly packaging logo, get it. I just reduce this and create a background for it first, so that others, when they come, they can sit on it. There. And then round up the edges if you notice, all the edges of the rectangles are rounded up, so I just maintain it, stay consistent on it. So the eco-friendly package, eco-friendly logo, I think I like this one, so I just copy it, create a new layer and paste it, convert it to smart object, edit content, and then you can see I'm a little bit fast on this. Is because of I don't want it to be too much of a long video. You should just get the point. And if you want to know more about smart objects, I'll also leave a link in the description so that you get the idea. Okay, so over here I'll look for the last logo that is important for this product, and I copy it like so, create a new layer and paste it, convert to smart object, and then here clip mask it out quickly. I've also done a tutorial on this which I can also drop in the description, and then I'm cropping it like so and save it. I'll just quickly turn it to green. I'll quickly turn it to green and then adjust it like so. Okay, so it balances out. And then finally I add the made in Nigeria. Okay, that's where the client is from, so made in Nigeria. And then remove the background too, just as I did for the others. Crop it, save. And then this one I leave it the way it is, the color, because of the logo in the middle there, the Nigerian map in the middle there. Okay, so I adjust it, using the distribution alignment to align it evenly, and then add a shadow to that rectangle base. And so this section is closely done. I think we just need to bring in all other information about this product, which I will do now. So I quickly duplicate that other rectangle information with the ingredient and bring in the other information that's supposed to be here. You can see right now I'm using the same character style. I had one for bold, I have the one for body, and then I'm also just putting them in order. The one that is meant for body, I assign it. The one I want to be bold, just because I already have it saved. So all I need to do is highlight and then click on it, and it takes effect. Okay. So I added all the details and everything. And then bring it in, adjust it like the way you see it, and then the same thing I do, I edit content, and it opens me up to a new tab in Illustrator. Of course, we are rounding up the edges, and then do all the adjustments I need to do over here. Add some more information. This is the barcode. I've actually done a tutorial on this recently, so you can watch it. I think it was the last video I posted, so you can always watch it. So I used the font. In that video I dropped the link to get the font, so please go and watch that video so you can get the font. Alright, so that's it. It's just the font I use and the barcode is there. And then I'm doing the adjustments. I'm already looking at it like if I pull it too much to the top, it will be too much. So I'm reducing the other one with the logos, like so. So now I want to add the final effect, which is the bubbles. Because this is a soap product, I just want to add bubbles to the background so that it looks very attractive too. So I've just pasted it like so and reduce the saturation, remove the color, saturation, desaturation is just removing the color, and have it like so. Change the blend mode to linear bond. That's what you have there, but I want the edges not to be seen, so I'm going to clean up the edges quickly, the edges of it, yeah, just like that. And then increase the size, duplicate it to put in other positions. Okay, I convert it to smart object first, then bring back the blend mode. Okay, duplicate it, and then put it on both sides like you see. So right now you can see the effect of it. So here in UV editing panel in Blender, I've updated, and then the product is closely ready. I just need to do other adjustments, like the background itself is blue now. You just need to have a similar color, so I want to change the color to something close to the color of the product, which is green. And then I'm going to duplicate this product because just one doesn't look okay. Okay, the background, I need to stretch it forward. I don't like it to let it look infinite. So then the product itself, I'm going to try to duplicate it and have them like 3, and that way it balances the eye, that it's not just one can. With one can, one product, it doesn't look okay. So but with 3 cans or 3 products, it looks very okay. So I'm selecting it here, everything, and making sure there are some things that are not selected, and then I duplicate. If you use the side view, which is by pressing 1 on the numpad, you will be able to duplicate perfectly well. That's what I'm doing. And then I'll duplicate again like so, and then bring them close together and not apart. When I'm moving it, I'll hold down shift so that it moves gradually. Now I'm using the Z rotation to turn it so that we can have the label, the other sides of the product or other sections like we did in Photoshop to show. We have that of the middle section showing, we have the barcode showing, and then we have the ingredients showing. So with this now, I can now render. So just prepare for render with F12. Though I did not do lightning here, but I have a video on how I did the lighting and the importance of lighting to products like this, so you can always watch the video here. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching.